Hey there, comic friends. I'm Travis, and it's New Comic Book Day, or at least New Comic Book Day for me. These are books from last week. I just finally got them today. They got me shipped. They took a trip where they didn't belong. I think the Memphis post office has got issues and whatnot. And while I'm talking here, I'm going to move some stuff around because I'm doing this live. I'm just going to quickly bring up the chat box, just in the off chance that somebody is talking to me. I can see what they're saying. I'm going to make this quick, though, because in less than an hour, I have to actually be in bed because work sucks right now. Anyway, lots of books. Hey, Stay Puff, how's it going? It says on my invoice sheet that I got 21 books for last week. And that just can't be right? I mean, I know I get a lot of books, but 21 just seems like a lot. Anyway, we'll go through what's here. I'm suspect that some of these books actually came out this week, and I would have technically got them early if I would have actually gotten my order on time. But we'll go through them. We'll go through them and talk about them real quick here. Yeah, I'm gonna drink a Pepsi, so you know the caffeine helps me sleep. Alrighty, right off the bat, we got Proxima Centauri. This is issue number 4. Big old 4 there. Just a fun book. Doesn't make a lot of sense necessarily, but I absolutely love it. I love the whimsicalness of the book and the art, and it's just fun. I dig it because it is just pure whimsy, basically. What else we got? Oh, okay. So it is. What number is that? I'm not good at Roman numerals when they get that high. So what is that? 2000 and I don't know, man. All I know is it's a taxi cab driver with a magic tire iron, and I'm looking forward to checking it out. I knew I should have looked that up, right? What Roman numerals those were. Anyway, it's set in the 70s, I believe. Maybe not, but I want to think it does. I just think it looks like it's going to be some cool stuff. Taxi cab driver with a magical tire iron. It's got a rock, right? So I'm looking forward to checking that out, seeing what that's going to be. Here we are with the Hot Lunch Special. This is issue number 2. Best food in town since 1974. Of course, there's the sandwich vending machine and the severed head in the sandwich in the sandwich vending machine. So yeah, I like the first issue. It's kind of a crime noir sort of a book. So I'm looking forward to checking out and seeing what that's going on with this book here. Let's open it up and actually look and see what's inside, right? So the art inside looks cool. Here we are. She's swinging the magic tire iron and thunking what look like, I don't know, like ninjas. Like she's beating up ninjas. Here's a whole bunch of ninjas down here. Right? She's surrounded in her taxi cab, bunch of ninjas. She's ran over a bunch of them, obviously. And they're going to come and get her. And she says, let's dance. Because, of course, that's what you'd say, right? When you're going to kick ass on people. And she whirls that magic tire iron around and just wipes out a bunch of them. So, looks epic. She throws it and stuff like that. Kind of like Daredevil does with his batons. But no, I love the coloring on it, too. Coloring's really cool. I love those purples and oranges and yellows, those kind of warm colors and stuff. And I believe this is like a flashback, so it's got more of a sepia color to it. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about this. I think it's going to be awesome. Oh, that is a double page, the cover. See, there's some monsters crawling off the side of the building there, and she's gearing up with her magic tire iron. Yeah, see, that's gonna be cool. I'm excited for that. That's gonna be at the top of the list of things to read whenever I get a chance to read them. Alrighty. Headlopper's back. Yes. So this is Headlopper. This is Headlopper and the Knights of Venora. This is volume 3. So this is volume 3, issue 1 of 4. It's a quarterly book. I absolutely love the way this book comes out. That comes out once a quarter. There's a little bit of a break, and then we get another volume of whatever's going on with the classic Headlopper there, and Agatha the Witch, the severed head that he drags around is just super, super cool. So just a great book. A great book. lots of action, lots of crazy fight scenes and stuff like that, and some amusing dialogue occasionally along the way. And it's like I said, it's a $6 book, but it's like 3 books in one. So well worth your money as far as that goes. Page count based on dollar value there. So BPRD, The Devil You Know, issue number 10. Looks like we're getting this maybe into some serious Hellboy stuff again here. What can I say about BPRD? I love the Hellboy universe, the Magnolia universe, and everything they do with the characters. I'm just really intrigued to see with the Devil's on the rise now. What that battle is going to be like. Birthright's back. Birthright issue number 31. I have no idea who this girl is here. Yeah, not a clue. But I absolutely love Birthright. As far as fantasy books go, I really love it. The art, but the Brenson and Lucas art is just super, super good. I just love the line work, the details, the family dynamics, story-wise in it are just really great and stuff. So, yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Stay Puft is saying that he's currently reading The Hell on Earth. And that's a great run of books. Read it in the hardcovers. Excellent. I have hardcovers for The Plague of Frogs, and then everything else I've picked up in singles. But it's great to read in that big volume. You can just sit down and read as much as you want to at one time. It's pretty awesome. Superman issue number 3. This might be my last issue of Superman. Maybe I get one more issue of Superman because it double ships twice a month. I'm not excited by it at all. Was completely turned off by the last issue, so I just do not care. Superman versus the unstoppable Rongal Zar. Okay, so it's Doomsday with an axe. Nothing about that appeals to me. I hear I'm reading the wrong one. That I should be reading Action Comics. That Action Comics is the one that has the secondary characters I like in it. So maybe someday I'll pick that up. We are Red Hood Outlaw. No more Red Hood and the Outlaw. It's just Red Hood and the Outlaw. The Wrath of Jason Todd. So issue number 26. We got Pete Woods on art now as this new story takes off, and so we'll see. I'm gonna give it a few issues of the crowbar swinging Jason Todd and see what I think of this kind of a new attitude they're giving him. I liked the buddy film that Red Hood and the Outlaws was up until this point, so I'm not sure how I feel about it. I mean, I already don't care for the whole crowbar thing. To me, that's bizarre, but whatever. Catwoman issue number 3. I'm assuming she's soaking in the tub of ice after having fought all the other Catwomen that she fought. I mean, it says iced. The implication is that she's put on ice. To me, I just look at that and go, after that big brawl, she'd want to soak in a bathtub of ice. But looking forward to this, if nothing else, purely because of the Jolie Jones artwork just makes it great eye candy as far as that goes. So, but I really like the story. I like the clear mental pain she's in with her decision on ending the marriage with Bruce. And so I like that element in there, along with her kind of having her own sort of a story going along. A book I'm really looking forward to, lots and lots. Cemetery Beach. This is a new book by Warren Ellis and Jason Howard. The two of them were doing Trees. What happened to Trees? I mean, I'm all for them doing something else, but I really kind of wanted to see the end of Trees. And that clearly did not end. But that would not, even though I'm irritated by the fact they did not end that, that does not mean I will not pick up the new thing. I'm assuming the reason Trees hasn't ended is it must just not been enough people picking it up to make it financially viable for them to do that. But I love Jason Howard's art. I still got working on picking up some Trees art that he did that I'm excited about. We'll see if that pans out or not here in the near to late future. Christmas is coming. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I have no idea what the story's about. Two creators I love together. So I'm picking it up. And I'm looking at the comments, and Stay Puff is asking, what's the deal with Injection by Ellis? I don't know. It seems to be like in a lot of cases, he gets so far into a book and then something happens. Either it's not selling well enough, and so the other creators, the artists, they're the people who have to, that need the money up front because they are investing a larger portion of their time doing the art versus the writing. I don't know if it is that Declan Shelby and them went off to do some of their own work or needed to do some freelance work to pay some bills up front so they can continue the story down the road. So I hope it continues. I haven't heard that it's an Ellis thing in this case. There have been times where projects have been sidelined due to Ellis having significant health issues at one point, but I believe he's past that now. So that's not what it is. My guess would be is that it's a creator as a whole needing to make bank kind of thing. Would be my guess. I don't know, because I don't know how big the readership is of Injection. I love Injection. That's a great book, and I want to see a lot more of that story. It just feels like there's a lot to tell, and clearly they aren't remotely close to telling that story. So that needs to happen. Hopefully it will. But like I said, I'm not going to turn down new projects by Ellis. So yeah. So Detective Comics. This is 988. This is the beginning of an arc that's written by James Robinson, who I am hot and cold on. We'll see. I wasn't enjoying the last arc, so I'm just kind of biding my time waiting for Tomasi to be on the book when it goes back to being truly a detective book and whatnot. So I'm looking forward to that. A Simple Murder or a Burning Secret? Ooh, Guys on Fire. So is it Firebug? What I'm trying to think of the other fire bad guys. Dr. Prometheus. I don't know. Anyway, check it out. See what's gonna be like. Second issue of Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four are finally back. I wasn't super excited by the first issue. It didn't. I'm assuming it would have more emotional pull if I was heavily invested in the Fantastic Four and all that. I'm not. I want to be interested in the Fantastic Four, but the first issue didn't really do it for me. So we'll see what issue 2. If it starts to bring a story that I'm actually intrigued to read in it or not. We'll see how that plays out. Well, I'll give it a shot. A book I am excited to be checking out. This is another one of the Sandman universe books. This is House of Whispers instead of course, the House of Secrets or the House of Mystery. This is the House of Whispers. This one is going to play heavily in the voodoo realm of things. In that kind of sampler Sandman book that came out a couple months ago, where it had a little bit of each of the books in it, just to kind of give you a sense of what those books might be like. I really did like the part that was in there, the little brief piece we got of the characters that were there. All seemed really interesting, so I'm looking for that. I love this cover a lot. So I'll be checking that out and seeing what that is like. And then Ms. Marvel, issue number 34. She's fighting the Shocker. These books have come out awfully quick because it doesn't seem like it's that long ago. I just read an issue of this. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on. Her powers are all kind of schizophrenic right now. So sometimes she's like in the middle of throwing one of these big bigum punches, and then she shrinks to like, a couple inches. So we'll see how that plays out. Been enjoying Ms. Marvel. Plastic Man, issue number 4. I have not been enjoying Plastic Man. I feel like it should be delivering more than what it is. I was hoping it was going to be a smarter book. It's just kind of a goof of a book. So I don't know. And I think that's largely just my expectations. I thought this was going to be some, kind of commentary on something, and it's not commentary on anything. I don't think it doesn't feel like it anyway. It's just a Plastic Man story, which doesn't intrigue me a whole lot in and of itself. I think Plastic Man is amusing and everything, but I'm now thinking I really need to find a way to go and get the original work of the Plastic Man stuff for the art, because the art looks like it's just absolutely next level kind of stuff on the old Plastic Man. But current Plastic Man just being Plastic Man, no, it's okay. But I'm going to pick up the rest of it because I'm about done with the 6-issue miniseries. So, all right, we got more Wasted Space. Issue number 5, the Omega there. That's the Omega, this actual seemingly godlike being that is going to suck up and crush the universe. while a band of married people who think they're tapped into God or hearing the voice of God or seeing the voice of or seeing the visions of God, are concerned about taking over and killing off the current president of the galaxy, who is kind of running rickshaw and just kind of making everything crazy and whatnot. So I really like Wasted Space. I like the kind of waxing philosophical that the writer does there, Murthy. And I like the Sherman. I like the Sherman art. The style of art is really cool too. So look forward to checking that out. As always, Sleepless is back. This is issue number 7. It was on break for a little while, I believe. This is our billed as a romance comic. There is romance in it. I don't know that I would consider it a romance comic so much as it is a more of kind of a medieval at the castle drama around power structures and that sort of stuff. If you take some of the less seedy elements, but the kind of tension that's like in Game of Thrones or whatever, with who's in power and is somebody in the background manipulating things to work their way into more power, kind of thing. There's a lot of that kind of elements going on in it, whatnot, and I find that intriguing. I like Leila Deldanka's art quite a bit. Poppy is a wonderful character, and her pet fox there, and some crazy stuff has happened with these people called the Sleepless. Her like protector is this guy who took this vow, and either some sort of magical ritual was done on him to make him sleepless, so he does not sleep ever. But over time, people need to sleep, and so that works on his mind, and he has slowly become fractured, and now he's kind of falling apart. And so now we're going to see what happens when her ultimate protector is falling apart on her, when there's plenty of people who are trying to assassinate her, because she is technically be next heir to the throne. Her father's like stepbrother has taken over the throne, though. So there's some, potential threats there. She doesn't want the throne, but she's seen as a threat, and so there's people taking action on that. So all kind of interesting stuff going on. Oh yes, super excited about this. She Could Fly, issue number 3 of 4. Completely loving this book. Read up more on this after having a conversation with Sleepy Reader about the fact that she's OCD and not schizophrenic, the main character, and the level of OCD she has. Okay, so that's actually a diagnosed thing. I didn't read the back matter of the first issue. I guess it was in there too. But just the kind of her like crazy evil thoughts that she has in her head all the time. What's that mean? While these government agencies and private enterprise are trying to catch up to her, because she's kind of poked her nose in on this woman that they saw flying across the sky. She's poked her nose into that close enough that they kind of consider her a threat. So how's that all going to play out? Should be really interesting, between her own psychosis, her own mental conditions versus the reality of what's really going on around her. All really be intriguing, with wonderful art by Martin Morzano. The Seeds, issue number 2. Issue number 1 was so good. The visual elements by David Aja were just incredible. I'm not 100% sure what the story is really going to be about. We have these this wall between the Luddites, people who have basically given up on all technology, and then on the other side of the wall, where all the characters we've seen at this point, are this more modern version of what we have going on right now. More advanced cell phones, more advanced computers, more advanced all that kind of stuff. They have wetware, so they do a certain amount of stuff in their head, kind of thing. And they talk about aliens crossing over the wall. Well, in reality, there seems to be actual aliens wandering amongst them, and they are collecting the seeds of the planet. They're harvesting the good stuff of the planet, because the planet's going to get scourged at some point. Some of the aliens have gone, look, I don't see a scourge coming. And the other aliens like, shut up. You're all company men. And as company men, we just do what we're told. So maybe there really isn't a scourge coming. Maybe they're going to induce a scourge. And there seems to be a potential budding relationship between a woman in a wheelchair and one of these aliens. So I'm just really intrigued. We'll see issue 2 if they could actually deliver a story around the kind of structure that they gave us in the first issue. So very much looking forward to that. Berger books there. Weatherman, another book I'm really excited about. Man, all the good books are coming out this week, or last week. Weatherman issue number 4. really loving this book. The ideas of this, the Philip K. Dickian, having had a past and now you don't know what that past is, and that past is pretty horrific. And how do you navigate a world now, knowing that you had this past and that you're not that person, and from everything you are, from every part of your being, you're not that person, but your body was that person in the past because you had this other personality, and that personality was completely wiped away and replaced with this other kind of dynamic weatherman type of a thing and whatnot. And you've committed like one of the most horrific crimes. You basically murdered Earth and everybody on the Earth and whatnot. So, and how's all going to play is really kind of interesting and whatnot. And finally, this time around, it is The Wicked and the Divine, issue number 39. This is the last issue before the final arc, I believe. What's going to happen? I don't know. No way to really talk about this book other than I'm just really intrigued to see as all the pieces, all the moving parts start to connect together, and what we end up with at the end of it should be really interesting. And that is it for my books. I'm going to take off about a half an hour, read a couple books before I'm off to bed. And I don't know about a comic book roundtable this weekend. I'm not sure who might be available to do comic book roundtable, and I'm not sure what kind of function I'm going to be in because the next 4 or 5 days I work like at 4 o'clock in the morning. So being up at night to do roundtable could be rough. We'll see. We'll see how many books I get read, and who else might be around. Anyway, if not, I will be back next week with more comics, and we'll do a comic roundtable next week more than likely. If my comics get sent right this week, there may be another new comic book video in the same week, because like I said, these were so delayed. Anyway, thanks for watching. Talk to you next time.